What is up, everyone? I've been getting a ton of questions about Ashland, Oregon, so I figured why not put together this quick video on some pros and cons, as well as this is actually going to be the first video in a new little short series I have. It's probably be 3 or 4 videos that I'll do on it, but all about Ashland, Oregon. If you're interested in learning more about Ashland, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video. We're going to kick this off with the cons. The first con is it's expensive. Just know that you're going to be paying more to live there. But I mean, you are getting in a lot of the pros when you live in Ashland. I'll give you a little tip, I guess you can call it, here in a few on ways around to avoid the expensiveness. If this is your first time here on this channel, my name is Armstrong with the Armstrong Realty Group, located here in Southern Oregon, and I make videos all about eating, sleeping, and everything that you need to know about living here in Southern Oregon. So if you're considering moving here, visiting here, whatever it may be, all my contact information is down below. I would love to help you out in any way possible. The next con is going to be the tourists. And I'm gonna stop right there because I already know someone in the comments is gonna say,
the tourist season brings in business, blah, 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 all this stuff. Like,
I understand that it's good for the economy. I'm just coming from a perspective of if you move to Ashland, Ashland is a pretty small community. The Shakespeare Festival is going on, which we'll talk about that later. It tends to get a little crowded. You have a huge influx of people coming in, so it might be kind of irritating or bothersome to people who weren't expecting that. Only reason it's going on the cons. I see all the good in it. You don't need to hate me in the comments, but feel free because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. So does hitting that like button. The next con is going to be the lack of jobs. If you are in the education profession, then there is jobs there. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of job opportunities. You're going to be going towards like Medford and stuff like that for job opportunities. The next one is going to be bad parking, terrible parking, awful, the worst parking. No, it's not that. It's bad, but it's not that bad. Especially during the Shakespeare Festival, it's hard to find parking downtown in the Plaza area. That's where the Shakespeare Festival is located. Very, very difficult to get parking. But on the flip side of that, Ashland's fairly walkable. Gonna be one of the pros we're gonna talk about in a second. I mean, you can get to the plaza within probably 5-10 minutes, even if you ended up parking a good distance away. Also take note of parking tickets. They like to hand out parking tickets like they're candy. Final con is going to be, well, not the final con, but the final con on this list is going to be high taxes. Ashland typically has the higher taxes in the region, in the Jackson, Southern Oregon area. Consider that when you're moving here, the easiest way around these taxes is going to probably buy a house out in Talent or the Phoenix area. You're still really close drive to Ashland. You lose out on some of the walkability though, obviously, because you don't live in town. That rolls us right into the good stuff, the pros, good, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be walkability. Ashland is a very, very walkable town. I still go out there with the kids and the family. Tons of shops downtown. You know, you definitely need to check out the chocolate factory. And yeah, so there's just tons of shops you can go, plenty to do walking around. Remember, unfortunately it's not there anymore. Just a little reminiscence here is there's a pizza parlor that was called Giuseppe's. Hands down the best pizza I've ever had. They used to do these things, the Friday night special, and it was like a $7 large pizza, 1 topping. Pretty sure I ate that every single night. If you grew up in Ashland or remember eating there, let me know in the comments down below if you think Giuseppe's was good and if you miss it. Next pro is going to be Lithia Park. Lithia Park is probably, in my opinion, one of the nicest parks and well-maintained parks in our area. I have 2 kids myself, and they're very fair-skinned, gingered, and so the park is very well shaded, so it's great to take them there. There's 2 duck ponds, so you can go there. I don't think they let you feed the ducks anymore, but I remember growing up feeding the ducks all the time. And then if you keep going, there's tons of trails you can hike, as well as there's some like hot springs and like other like swimming holes out past Lithia Park. Obviously not Lithia Park, but definitely worth checking out. As well as during the wintertime, they actually have an ice skating rink, an outdoor ice skating rink that's across the street from Lithia Park. Next on the list is going to be the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. This brings in a ton of tourists, people from all around the world come to Ashland just to see these plays. So if you're into theater, to plays, definitely gonna wanna check this out. It's top of the line, great quality. The next part is gonna be good education. So Ashland High School is probably one of the high schools you can attend in Jackson County. You can look them up online if you want, but they have a ton of great programs. Education's great. I mean, obviously you pay for it with the higher taxes. The next one's going to be Ashland is super close to some really awesome trails and lakes. Now, this kind of just goes in general speaking to the area, like Phoenix, Talent, Jackson County, Southern Oregon in general. Everything's pretty much within like a 30-45 minute drive, which is awesome. Ashland actually has a few great trails that walk the perimeter. I remember hiking White Rabbit when I was younger. Recently took my wife up there, and it was a lot more difficult than I remember, but still beautiful once you get to the top. You get overlooking views of Ashland and kind of walks around the side, around the perimeter of Ashland, as well as it'll end up taking you up to, I don't think it's considered White Rabbit anymore, but it'll take you up to like an old mine. So make sure you click on this video here if you're interested in learning a little bit more about living here in Southern Oregon, or this video here for the next video of this series. And if you made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe and give me a thumbs up. It helps with getting this video out to more people who are considering moving here.